Hi, this is Elizabeth Low and you're watching the Singapore Business Review television. Now in the studio, we have with us Wong Hoong An, the man behind hungrygowhere, the immensely popular food review website. So Hoong An, could you tell us about your website is an example of the successful social media rising today. So could you tell us what do you think the online media trend is going towards, and how is it in Singapore?
Okay, interestingly in Singapore it is still very slow. So for example, I just saw a study in which for 2009 the expected ad spend on online media is only 2.2% of the entire ad spend. However, it has been growing, and I foresee that this will continue to grow, partly because of people beginning to realize more about how powerful Web 2.0 is. For example, on my site, I get clients who don't even speak English, whose children tell them, "Oh, you must work with hungrygowhere.com because these are the people that can help profile your food business."
Wow, okay. So, your website has the consumers commenting instead of having the traditional media, like say, having a food critic like KFC to tell us where to eat, right? So, what kind of impact do you think this is having on traditional media?
I think a lot of traditional media, if you look at most of the major media companies, they are going part online as well. Traditional media still consists of the majority of the readings though. I mean, like I said earlier, 98% of ad spend still goes to traditional media, but a lot of them are having a dual approach. That means they're slowly dabbling into the online sphere, because the online sphere is a very quick way of getting information out very fast. So I think this would be the trend moving forward.
So if you're talking about the online sphere, right? So would there have been challenges in starting up an online business? But how would you recommend to make a website financially viable?
Oh, there are definitely a lot of challenges because the first 2 years there were many times where we stared at our phone and wondering whether we did the right thing. But moving on, we learned that for online businesses to succeed, there has to be a dual component. One is an online business, which is whose main revenue stream is through advertising and marketing. And then the offline stream, in which you can go into real F&B businesses. So in our end, we have the hungrygowhere.com food delivery, in which users can not only read about the food, but they can order food online from their own comfort in their home and have it delivered to their doorstep.
So in a sense, you've got to mix it with real life business avenues as well, right?
Yes, this helps you to sustain until your online reach gets going.
So speaking about online, could you tell us, recently hungrygowhere has launched the iPhone application earlier in April this year. So you have told me that there's been 40,000 downloads, right? So it's the #1 app according to Singtel. So could you tell us more about what do you think the iPhone application is? I mean, do you think it's a good avenue for businesses to go into, and how do you make a successful iPhone application?
It's very funny because when we first started our iPhone development, and I saw the cost that it cost to make an iPhone to get an iPhone application developed, I nearly fell off my chair because I told my colleague it doesn't make sense to spend this money on such a small amount of phones.
And how much is it?
Well, generally it would cost between about $15,000 to $20,000 to do a good app. Okay, and now but my colleague who uses the iPhone, of course, was very adamant about it, and I have to say he's correct, because now the iPhone has become such a dominant force. That the others are also coming up with smartphones to play catch up or be left behind. And definitely an iPhone app would help get the profile and the reach, but it is still very unclear how many of these apps are going to monetize it. So there's a conference coming up and I'm going to definitely attend that to find out more.
Okay, what impact, I mean, you invested a lot in it, right? So what impact do you think it has had on your business?
Well, it has definitely helped in the way we get our data updated more frequently, because when people are on the phone, they're able to input that data to you right away. For example, if they walk past a restaurant and it's closed, you want to be the first to know it right away, and they will tell you, okay, it's closed. So in a sense, that's helped in terms of data accuracy more than in terms of revenue.
So in that case, what would you say hungrygowhere's next steps would be?
Okay, our next steps is to basically go regional, because we have shown that the business model can work in Singapore, and we hope to bring this to the region around us, particularly Southeast Asia, so that when people are going overseas for their travels, they only have one stop to look for before they make their food decisions.
Okay. Any other updates you'd like to tell us that hungrygowhere has been doing?
Well, we are quite fortunate because as we have made it public this morning, we are tying up with Microsoft, and that will help us a lot, especially technologically. Our users can expect to see us improve. I always joke that hungrygowhere was founded by 3 people with no IT background. So now with a technology partner in place, that would help us a lot. As well as to always ensure that we are able to get the best for the website and to keep it free, because this would help to diversify revenue stream and help keep the website going.
Could you tell us more about this Microsoft sign up that you've done?
So basically, how we work with them is that Microsoft is one of those companies that works with local companies, and so where we are is that we are like their food channel. So we're like the official food channel, and this helps to increase our hit rates as well, because there are about 1.4 million MSN users.
So how many meals are you all delivering each day, and what's the revenue from those that business of yours?
Okay. It's actually the biggest portion of the business, and we deliver about 30 to 50 meals a day.
So how much do you make from those meals each day, and how much do you expect it to grow by?
Okay, delivery, it actually varies, because it depends on the size. For example, if I deliver for a hawker stall, it's going to be a lot less than for a high-end Japanese restaurant, where a delivery can easily be about $800 per person. And so that's a very wide range. Now, how do I see this growing? I see this growing significantly because it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game in the sense that as our hits of the website continue to grow, the delivery will continue to expand. We hope to hit the $1 million mark per year soon, and which we're almost there. And then as well as in terms of the economy as well, that would actually determine how well our delivery does, because if the economy continues to improve, ours is a fine dining delivery, so the cost actually tends to be per head tends to be a lot higher.
So actually, instead of most of the revenue is coming from all these deliveries instead of just the website.
Well, yeah, it's the majority of revenue. I mean, delivery revenue is one of those things that will grow a lot faster, but the margins are a lot lower. As you know, delivery businesses are very tough to run, because there's a lot of there's a lot of fixed costs that involve delivery costs, petrol costs. These are things that we actually factor into the overall scheme of things.
So do you have any plans to charge people online for the reservations they make at restaurants, like OpenTable does in the United States?
We are definitely looking to that. We are working with, we're looking to work with technology partners that can deliver that platform. But until that platform is ready for us, that would be more of a mid to long term strategy for us.
Okay, so when do you think you could get it up,
We're still looking for the right partners.
Okay, so Mr. Wong, thank you very much, and we look forward to having a good lunch review from hungrygowhere.
You're welcome.